So let's take a look at Oceania and what's going on in that confederation. This should only take about 5 to 10 minutes, right? Shouldn't be super, super long. But the OFC, 9 teams so far taking part in World Cup qualifying. And there was supposed to be a game between Tonga and the Cook Islands, but Tonga have now pulled out because of the devastation that's, that happened over there with the disaster, tsunami, the volcanic eruption, and then there was a tsunami. So our prayers go out to Tonga, okay? So that means that the Cook Islands will get a bye into the group stage where they are in Group A. So for Oceania, there's a half place into the Intercontinental Playoff versus the 4th place team from CONCACAF, and the draw was made. The draw was made, and that's round 3. That should be the draw right now. Do we have any? No visuals. Round 1, round 2. All right, so this is what it looks like. This is it, guys. This is it. This is the groups right here. These are the groups. And the groups are made up of Solomon Islands, Tahiti, Vanuatu, and now Cook Islands. It needs to be updated, but it has been announced that Tonga have pulled out. So this group is a little, weird to actually predict, if you ask me. And for Group B, we have a heavy group over here, where New Caledonia, Fiji, New Zealand, and Papua New Guinea are in Group B. This group is the group of death, of course, while the other group is the group of life. So I have predictions for the groups. I will share my predictions with you, but let's just go through the procedure. So, look, the 2 group winners and the 2 group runners-up will qualify for the semifinals, and then the winners of the 2 semifinals will meet in the final to see who play the CONCACAF representatives in the FIFA Intercontinental Playoff in June 2022 for a place at Qatar 2022. Single match, not the usual home and away fixtures that we had in the past. So this tournament here will be held in Qatar. So just to give you some insight on Oceania before we predict these groups, in 2018, New Zealand played the Solomon Islands, where they won that playoff and went on to play Peru, where New Zealand lost 2-0 on aggregate. In 2014, New Zealand triumphed in the qualifiers in Oceania and went on to play Mexico, where they lost 9-3 on aggregate. I think I wrote down the right thing. And in 2010, however, New Zealand came through again and played Bahrain, the AFC representatives, and they won against Bahrain. And New Zealand qualified for the World Cup for only the 2nd time, where they previously qualified back in 1982. So let's see if we'll see New Zealand at the World Cup this time around. And New Zealand, very famous for qualifying for the 2010 World Cup in South Africa and drawing all 3 matches, so they didn't lose a single game. Back in 2006, Australia, they played Solomon Islands in the playoff and triumphed to go on to play Uruguay, where they defeated the South Americans 4-2 on penalties. And Australia made their way back to the World Cup, having previously qualified back in 1974. So only 2 teams from Oceania have ever qualified for the World Cup, being Australia and New Zealand. And from the OFC, they came through on 2 occasions. Australia, of course, we know have been back since then, as they are now a member of the AFC. So my predictions for the groups, guys. In Group A, I'm predicting Vanuatu to top the group. I looked at the squads, and Vanuatu had the more experienced and the more settled team, while the other squads, Solomon Island doesn't look too bad, but the other squads in Tahiti and Cook Islands, they look like they just send up some schoolboys without experience to participate in these qualifiers. So I'm going to go for Vanuatu to top the group, Solomon Islands to come in 2nd to move on to the semis, Tahiti to come in 3rd, and the Cook Islands to come in 4th. So for the second group, which is Group B, guys, could we see an upset in Group B here? We could see some upsets, but I'm going for New Zealand to qualify as the number one team from this group to move into the semis. And then coming in second, I'm going for Fiji. They do have a player by the name of Roy Kishna, who's very, good and, and could inspire Fiji to, who knows, maybe the intercontinental playoffs. But I'm going for New Zealand and Fiji to come through Group B. New Caledonia, who do have some good quality team players from teams like Magenta and Hingin Sport. And I'm going for Papua New Guinea to come in fourth. This group is very tough to predict, but these are my predictions. Officially, my predictions for the Oceania World Cup qualifiers, the groups. And look, we have games coming up where, who knows, maybe in March I'll predict some of these games. Yeah, why not? Why not? We'll incorporate Oceania into our setup. We show some love to Oceania. If anybody from Oceania watching this right now, just smash the thumbs up button. Much love to you. You're a forgotten confederation, but we're not gonna forget you on Dominic Rich FC. So this is round 2, where round 1 has been canceled. So we're going straight into round 2. Then there's round 3, and then there's the second semifinal, and the final. So yeah. That'll be it for Oceania. That's my predictions. That's the preview for World Cup qualifiers for 2022 Qatar.